Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am so excited. I cannot even begin to express how excited I am. We are here with another episode of interviews with Shiver Bruce. And today, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record from the beginning. I'm excited. I might have the pleasure of calling him Sleep. You may know him as DJ Sleep Easy. There's so many names we could be called, you know, when you do amazing things and do the most. Not to downplay it at all. I'm excited. I'm trying not to fanboy out, you know what I'm saying? like, I'm a fan, you know? My followers know I'm a DJ, so this is special to me, you know what I'm saying? I got a living legend. I cannot wait to get into this conversation and this interview. I can introduce you only so slightly to even touch the iceberg, to get the surface level. Please introduce yourself, if you may.
Once again, man, it's your boy DJ Sleep Easy right here, man. 2 Up, 2 Down. Y'all know official DJ for Rap A Lot Midwest, TDP. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of VA. Y'all know what's up, man. What's up, word? What's good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are in for an incredible conversation, an incredible interview. There are definitely some sentiments that are going to be spilled on the audience that they could definitely use. Yeah, definitely go ahead and get you a notebook and a piece of paper and relax and take notes tonight, because it is definitely one for the ages. This is like, again, in hindsight, when you finish watching this interview, you'll understand why I'm so passionate and why I'm so hyped. But I'm telling you, you're in for an amazing treat with this interview. Okay, it's probably gonna be 2-3 hours on the clock by the time this interview is over, and I feel like we still wouldn't even be touching 3% of the possible things that we could potentially touch on to even begin to tell the story of what's to come. So to make it easy, we're gonna just give surface level questions real quick, just to break the ice on why we're here in particular, so the viewer can feel where I'm coming from a little bit, to why you're sitting on the couch.
Right.
It's about to be a great interview. I'm a little nervous. You could kind of hear it probably. So let me just start off like, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Chesterfield, Virginia. I grew up in Bermuda Run apartments, you know what I'm saying? Then I also ended up moving out to Ettrick, Virginia, where I graduated from Atoka High School. Basically, man, just, you know, like I said, man, military family, you know what I'm saying? You know, my pops, you know, he was in the Army. My granddad was, he was full Navy, you know what I'm saying, on my mom's side. And my granddad, it was, my whole dad's side is all Army. Everybody in it is all Army. But yeah, man, you know, Chesterfield County, you know what I'm saying? But I'm from this place called The Hole. Again, it's called Bermuda Run, but we, you know, everybody knows it as The Hole. You know? And the way it got that name is because it's one way in and one way out. You know what I'm saying? Same way you come in the neighborhood, the same way you gotta leave out the neighborhood. So it got real treacherous out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say rough childhood, but I seen a lot as a child.
Fair. So 2 up, 2 down?
2 up, 2 down, man, all day. VA, you know what I'm saying? Still here, still reside in VA.
Talk to him.
You know what I mean? I ain't going nowhere. Shoot, cost of living, I love it. Compared to all these other places, all the people, you know what I'm saying, dying to see, love to be, you know what I'm saying, Virginia, I love it to death, man. You know, like I said, man, it's just, this is where everything started, everything. My music career, you know what I'm saying, man, achieved a lot, you know what I'm saying, my own trucking company starts here, you know what I'm saying, so, but yeah, man, like I said, Bermuda Run, Section 8 homes, you know, Section 8 apartments. Basically, you know, it's a struggle, you know, typical struggle stories to anyone else coming out of low budget housing. So, but yeah, baby, I love every bit of it, man. I love every bit. I can't take nothing away from it, nothing at all.
Fair.
So,
Fair. While we're on the subject of what got you here, you want to dive a little more into the conversation about your family and the tribe and the people that you're from?
Yeah,
The
definitely.
places and stuff?
Definitely, man. Basically, my on my dad's side, they're that's where the musical side comes from. You know, they used to have a cover band. They used to travel the world. I never really got into it because my mom and my pops were separated. They separated when I was 3 years old. Basically, at the time, I was born in Concord, Massachusetts. So, like I said, my dad was in the armies, but they had a cover band. They traveled all over the world during the 70s and the 80s, doing everything. Like my dad, he loves the funk music. That's his thing. You know what I mean? That bass line, when you hear that guitar, it locks him in the zone. You know, like my grandma, she was more of a they came up, they heard it all. So that disco era. And like I always tell people, I said, once I heard that, if I hear the funk playing downstairs in the basement, or if I hear that disco music playing, I already know it's grown folks' time. So it's like they got the Dead Wiz card game going, they playing gin, rum, and all of that, the gambling going and everything. They got the liquor going, getting drinking. It's party time.
You're giving me nostalgia. I love it. I can relate.
So yeah, man. So basically, yeah, on my mom's side, it's more survival. That's what my mom really taught me how to survive. You know what I'm saying? How to adapt to situations. Watching her come up, struggling to pay bills, but we adjust like, hey, the lights off, okay, go in the closet, get the candles, you know what I'm saying, light them up. She'll work, grind until she can get the money together, and go from there, you know what I'm saying. Even our neighborhood was like real crazy for me to run. And a lot of my childhood friends and everything that grew up out there know, like, every time we had a storm, every time it rained, thunder, lightning, and all that going on, we always lose power. Always. It was never a day like, oh man, it's just raining, that's it. Nah, man, we already knew, like, oh, okay, just time, and we just looking at the watch like, okay, it's about to go out. Boom, power goes out. Everybody's outside trying to make it, you know what I'm saying, doing everything, running around late night. But I loved it. The way it was set up in the neighborhood is, I lived in the middle, and then we had part of the hood called up the hill, and then we got another part that's down the hill. So and everybody was kind of like divided like that. The middle was like one clique, up the hill was another clique, down the hill was another clique.
Yeah,
so
of course.
you know what I mean? I seen a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people there take my era, like, oh, he from the county, you know what I'm saying? But
man, careful with that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
You say I'm from the city, you say I'm
you
from the
could
county.
go in the archives.
I'm from Earth all the time.
I'm talking about police. It wasn't even like the county police. They actually had detectives that worked our neighborhood. That was their shift to work for me to run. We had 2 officers. As soon as you drive in, it's 2 officers right there. Then, I still remember a lot of detectives. We had Detective Rocky used to stay up the hill. He had the red truck, a red Bronco, and then we had Officer Allen. He had a Monte Carlo. He had a white Monte Carlo, Detective Officer Allen.
Just on standby.
Just on standby. They out there 24/7, all day, all night. Like, and switch shifts to the night. Most of the time the county came in at night, but the detectives out there like more so during the daytime. And we got and you just had to watch that. Like, I mean, it's just a lot that went on out there. Like, parents. I didn't see parents kill their own child. Witness that. They done found family fights in the middle of the neighborhood, shootings. Like, when I was coming up, I couldn't put my bed in front of the window, just out because straight bullets. I done had straight bullets come through my bedroom window. So my mom always made sure that even like to change your room around, that I had to always keep my bed away from the window in case overnight while I'm asleep or whatnot that a straight bullet wouldn't hit me or my sister. I have one sister. So it was just the 3 of us, what I'm saying, coming up together. But the neighborhood was more family oriented. You know how it says, it takes a village to raise a child. So that's really where I come from. But like I said, man, I wouldn't take not one moment away from it. Like, not 1 second of
It
regret.
built the character. It built the person that you are, you know?
Definitely, man.
And you passed a lot of challenges, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it just got to a point that it took actually the federal government to shut down our neighborhood. That they had literally came through and they did neighborhood inspection. Like they went to door and inspected your apartment. And if it wasn't up to par, that they immediately gave you an eviction. And that was the point where my mom was just like fed up, and we packed up and we had nowhere to go. We just moved in with my grandma. She had a small ranch house out in Matoka, and that's how I ended up from there going to Matoka High School, and basically from there graduating from there. Because we had one room, but we just all piled in at my grandma's house. And my mom just grind and worked until she was able to get the townhouse apartment that she still lives in to this day. She's been in since '95. You know what I'm saying? She still lives in that same apartment to this day.
Let me ask you a question real quick. While we're on this part of the intro, I just want to ask: does anything come to mind as like a significant moment or a significant series of moments that you think put you on the trajectory that you ended up going on, the path you ended up going on?
Yeah, basically, it's, like I said, my mom, she was the neighborhood mom. Nice. She embraced everybody. So the trap protected her, you know what I'm saying? And like, I play sports, you know what I'm saying? Football is my life. Life was football. Like, that's all we knew. Right. And from that, just...
All-around player?
Basically, yeah, I played in high school. I played free safety and wide receiver, right. And I had gotten a scholarship to go to Hutchinson Community Junior College out in Kansas, but I made a decision, a bad choice. I tried to steal a BB gun from Walmart and got caught during summer school. So then I ended up going to juvenile detention. So you miss too many days. Of course, you automatically get removed from summer school. So I had to take classes up for, I had to take classes, basically I had to take 2 English classes to graduate on time. So, basically, man, just the game, the livelihood, my mom, she ended up getting into church, you know what I'm saying? So, her friend, which is basically like my brother, still my brother to this day, we still kick it to this day, CJ, we became real tight. And then his dad, you know what I'm saying, we was coming up in the church more. So it's kind of like, everybody kind of like, even in the hood, to this day, the hood still protects me. So they won't even bring the trappers won't even do any transactions back then around me. They were like, yo, hold on, bro, I gotta do something. They'll take me all the way home and then go do what they gotta do and come back and get me. Just because they see from what I accomplished to this day, they was trying to protect that. So, but basically,
it sounds like real genuine love and respect. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
They see something in you and acknowledge it in different facets. I can see that. I've been through something similar.
Right.
I get it. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Just as far as breaking the ice as the intro for the viewers, let's tell them a little bit about now. Okay. And a little bit about the future.
Okay.
And we're gonna switch gears.
So basically now, you know what I'm saying, I am a DJ. I'm the official DJ for Rap A Lot Midwest. Basically, I done toured. I done been all over the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Never been outside the country, but not too thrilled going outside the country. So much stuff goes on out that way. But basically, man, I've been DJing for 20 years. 20 years now is my mark. I've been in the business for 22 years, but as official DJ is my birth year is 2003. So this is officially, it's 50 years of hip hop. It's 20 years of DJing for me. You know what I'm saying? So basically now, I own a trucking company now called R&N Logistics LLC, which is my first initial and my daughter's first initial, R&N. And then not hopefully, but within the next 5 to 10 years from now, I hope we'll be at, and I keep saying hopefully, but now I will be at ownership of like 10 trucks. You know what I'm saying? Having multiple drivers. You know what I'm saying? On the music standpoint, I'll be at a national name, touring everywhere. Can go. I would love to go international. I just gotta get over the fear of just going overseas. But other than that, man, that's basically where we at right now.
That's so beautiful, bro. That's so beautiful. Yeah, we're about to dive deeper into some of the things we've already spoken on.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about some things going on in the culture currently.
Word.
Curious to get your brain. And yeah, we got some games we're gonna play as well. We're gonna play a game called Rushmore. I'm gonna give you a topic, simple enough. You give me your top four. It's gonna be in any particular order, just four. And the other one is another game is called Either Or. I'm gonna give you two options. You gotta pick between them. You can give a reason, but you don't have to.
Right.
So yeah, we're about to go ahead and get into it. Let's do it. So I feel like sort of like I said earlier, we could sit here for 3 hours, 4 hours. You can come here 4 or 5 times this week, and we'll just be touching the surface of what there is to know about how we got here. Just assuming the audience is already familiar with you and already know all the great things you've already done, there's still so much they couldn't even begin to fathom that you could have had to not only face super easy, but there are challenges that you probably had to go through that people not only couldn't imagine you having to go through, let alone you're on the other side of it to tell about it, you know? Those easy tasks that change us and make us better, and the hard tasks that change us and make us better are all a part of this big gumbo that be making us, if you will. You know,
Right.
You know I'm from New Orleans, so yeah. If you can, let's rewind the tape. Real time is 2023. Let's go back to a different time and talk about some of the things that led us. I know we talked about the surface level of the past. Let's deep dive a little bit, if you feel comfortable.
Oh, all right. Like I said, man, I grew up in I grew up in the projects, man, Bermuda Run apartments, man, and like I said, the only thing we had was each other. It was like, that's it. It was just us against the world. Bermuda Run against the world. That's all it was. With the turmoil going inside the neighborhood. But, you know, childhood days, man, you know how it was, man. You figure out ways to enjoy yourself. You come up. So, you know, like in my childhood days, man, we played kickball. We played backyard football, you know what I'm saying, tag, whatever. It wasn't none of this technology and, you know what I'm saying, around then. So basically, I mean, I was just, like I said, I was raised by my mom, you know what I'm saying. My pops was in and out of my life, you know what I mean. My uncles held me down as well. They straightened me a lot of times, you know what I'm saying. I might have jumped out of line, but they was there to, you know, back my mom up as much as well. Like I also we was in the church. So, you know, I had that backbone too, you know what I'm saying. I was in a couple of church programs and things of that nature, but I was still hard head. I put that mask on, do that real quick, then it's like the real me come out once I'm back in the neighborhood. You know, man, shoot, we done did all the stealing cars and, you know what I'm saying, like me and my crew, we was on point, man. We used to drive to school in middle school. We had our own cars in middle school, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, we had the OGs, you know what I'm saying, we used to steal cars for the OGs and meet them at the chop shop, you know what I'm saying, get us a little bread. Like we was on point. Like I was helping my moms out when I was like 12 years old, you know what I'm saying. I'm paying bills at 12, like, but my uncle, you know what I'm saying, he covered it up for me. So it was like, I leave the bread on the table, but she always thought it was her own brother doing that when he used to come over and everything, but the whole time it was me. So mom, now you know mom, you know what I'm saying, those days, man, you know, them couple of dollars back then, them 50s and 100s that you seen on the table, man, actually was coming from your son. But other than that, man, like, it was survival, man. I mean, like I said, the OGs, we'd be out there playing basketball. We got a good old game of basketball. OGs would come up, and all you just hear is one little command: get them. everybody, you know what I'm saying, we start the basketball and all of a sudden, like, I mean, happened to me, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like we playing 3-on-3, now it's 1-on-5. You know what I'm saying? Because the OG said get over, so I'm saying they try to fight fat dudes, you know what I'm saying, all at one time. So that was like to bring the toughness out. They was making sure everybody was tough, everybody was straight to protect themselves, you know what I mean? So there wasn't no backing down, wasn't no being afraid, you know what I'm saying? Never feel another man, you know what I'm saying? A man can't do nothing to you that has already been done. That's the only thing else a man can do to you that hasn't been done is kill you. And that's how I was raised, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, but you know, I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I played sports and went into the football, you know what I mean? I actually changed the culture of Chesterfield Little League football. It was me, and DC, you know what I'm saying? My boy Robinson, you know what I'm saying? Dog. And the way it was,
Shout out.
you know what I'm saying? The way it was that the age limit was you had to be 7 years old to play, to play full contact football. And back then we didn't have flag football. There was no such thing as flag football. So we was ready to play at age 6. So we, you know what I'm saying? So we wanted to play then, but they wouldn't let us because, like I said, you had to be 7. No, you had to be 8 to play. When we fixed that, you had to be 8 to play. But we was ready to play at 6. So what they did was they made us water boys. So during the practice, we can full contact on practice, but game time, we had to be the water boys for the game. So eventually, for the first 2 years, 6 and 7, we were 6, 7 years old, we was water boys. But by the time our senior year, that's when they came up with the program of starting to let the 6, 7-year-olds play flag football to be in organized sports. But that actually came from us, you know what I'm saying, then. But and then as coming up, man, I always been the outsider. I always been the underdog. Basically from where I came from, I always had to be the underdog. So when we moved, I went to another school, which is Matoka, but I was coming from Thomas Dale, so everybody in Chesterfield, Virginia, Central Virginia would know between Thomas Dale and Matoka High School, they was rivals. But they would never play. Like, we always played each other in Little League. Grew up together, you know, shout out to Rudy Johnson, you know what I'm saying, all of us, you know. He ended up making it to the NFL. He ended up being one of the top running backs for the Cincinnati Bengals and played for Miami Dolphins and everything like that. So I got a lot of pro athletes that I grew up around from that neighborhood. So we ended up going there, but like I said, I'm coming from the rival school. So my JV year, I had to earn respect. You know, even from the coaches, not just from the players, always from the coaches. So they used to use me as the practice dummy. So, you know, you're doing the scouting report, you know, you training up for preparing for the game. So I had to always be like the star player for whatever team that we're about to play. So, you know, I'm always getting the ball. Of course, you got the backup offensive line or whatever like that going on. So, but I stood out. And I earned it. I was like, yo, give me more, give me more, give me more. So, you know, like my family, we was like all the siblings, all my cousins, all the guys had to play football. It was mandatory in our family. So up to that point, I ended up earning respect. The coaches, that, you know, they made, you know what I'm saying, schemes around me and everything. Like, I was on my way, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I made a bad mistake, you know what I'm saying, that I ended up going to trying to steal a BB gun. This is when they first came out with the CO2 cartridge. So it's like almost like a full, just like the closest you can get to a real gun, you know what I'm saying. It was a 45, I'm like a 45 CO2 cartridge BB gun. I'm ready for it, cocked back and everything, but I ain't had no bread for it, so I tried to steal it and, you know, got caught up in Walmart. You know, shout out to Walmart, y'all cameras, man, you know. Man, this was before all the other stuff they got going on, but yeah, they got me though. But, you know, man, but that just molded me. So my senior year, I didn't get to play, but I ended up going I wanted to do something positive when I graduated. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want my mom to be like, okay, that's it. her son graduated, you know, all her friends, you know what I'm saying, kids graduating, going to college and things of that nature. So I was like, the recruiter at the Navy, I thought I was just trying to play ball. So I'm trying to go to Maryland, to Indianapolis. I'm trying to go to the academy. So I'm like, yo, what I gotta do, man? I'm trying to play ball for him. He's like, yeah, you be able to play football, blah, blah, blah. The whole time I'm thinking like I'm going to the academy. And I end up, shoot, man, you know, I end up on a plane landing in Great Lakes, Illinois. So I ended up going to boot camp and everything out there. You know what I'm saying? I gave them 2 years, man. I gave the military 2 years, came home, but basically the military would gave me my DJ name. Yeah, that's
you know I've been waiting to get into this. You've been waiting.
Oh man, so yeah,
talk about it.
Oh man, so
what
yeah.
got you on the turntables for the first time, and how did you get your DJ name? Is $1 million question.
Oh man, so basically, when I was in the military, I have a you can tell my left eye is a lazy eye. So when we used to get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying, for early morning muster with the terms for the military, you know. Other than that, another word for is roll call. So it's like I always look sleepy. So my officer always thought I was high. Like I was getting high. So he used to always send me to security to take blood tests. You know, I mean not blood tests, a urine sample. Like, man, I know you high, man, going down there, and to the point that security knew who I was. That they wouldn't even do it. They're like, man, you good, man, going back. Man, that's how I ended up. He called me sleepy. So you know what I'm saying. So I was seeming sleepy, and that's what he used to call me. So then, and he said always, and that was what thrived me to this day is that officer was telling me like, man, you ain't gonna be nothing. You ain't gonna mount up to nothing, man. You gonna be a troublemaker. You either gonna end up jail or you gonna end up dead somewhere, whatever. So. Now you got a nationally known DJ right here. So shout out to that officer, man. But basically when I got out the military, I moved back to my mom's house for a while. And then I was hustling, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, man, everybody can't be the plug. I was not the plug. I'm not gonna sit here. Like I worked my way up, but I was not the plug. Everybody can't be the plug, you know what I'm saying? If everybody the plug, then who's buying the product, you know? So I was on the block, you know what I'm saying? I was moving those nicks, them dimes, them dubs, them quarters. That was me, you know what I'm saying?
Working.
Yeah, but I was eating pretty good for what I was moving, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna get too much on what I was making, but I was living though. I was living pretty good.
How's your I know the story of the actual nickname,
right?
But the first time you found yourself performing in front of people with turntables, how did we get there?
Oh man, so
what led to you being a DJ?
Basically, the story how I became a DJ is my mentor, my pops, the one and only, man, is DJ Foot. We lived in the same neighborhood.
Okay.
Never, I knew of them. You know how you see somebody in the neighborhood, y'all speak as y'all pass, but y'all don't do nothing else, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it was. That was our relationship. But the whole time, like through high school, I had a niche for DJing because I always listened to the mix on the radio. At the time, it was Hot 99. I mean, it was Magic 99. And I used to always listen to the DJ mix. Every time I used to record it, I'd get my tape deck, boom, put it in, record a mix, and then that's my Walkman, that's my warm-up.
Program to the beat.
Yeah, so it was like naturally, like, yo, the mix come on, so I'm So like when I'm in school, I'm getting my warm up on my headphones, I'm always playing the mixes. Come to find out, it was Foot who lived directly across the street from me. Like he opened his door, he can look at my door across the neighborhood, I can look at his. And then just one day he seen me out there, he knew what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo bro, hop in the truck with me. And I was like, huh? But I knew he was cool because he was from the neighborhood. Yeah. So I was like, oh, all right, what's up? I think he might need some help moving some like furniture or something. I don't know. I'm like, all right, bet. He said, nah, maybe we're going to go to this show. So we ended up going to this show at VCU. At the time, we was at the time at VCU, Nivea was performing.
Nice.
You know, so she had a song Laundromat. You know, she was working with R. Kelly at the time. So we had the show. I just helped him get the equipment out. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Set it up, sit it over here, whatever. Then after that, I'm getting the VIP treatment. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Laid back, kicking it. Oh, sure. I ain't never been in VIP. I wasn't really a outgoing like party person at the time. I was all about money. But you know, my party was a house party. You know what I'm saying? That was about it. So I'm getting all this VIP treatment. I'm seeing this. I'm meeting people. I'm meeting all the people at the radio station and everything. And on the way back, he gave me some money. I'm like, what was this for? He's like, yo, bro, that was for helping out. So I'm like, oh, all right. And I'm looking at the money, and then I'm comparing it to what I'm doing. I'm like, damn, he gave me a couple $100. Well, I can go get me a couple ounces with this and load up on the pack and get the move. But I'm like, damn, I just made this in a couple of hours. So after that, you know, I popped back over there, knocking on the door, and that's how I basically got into the game. I was just, you know, you open that door, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I was a dude, and then he just taught me everything from there. As a DJ, like, I know everything. I'm not just a DJ. I'm sound man. You know what I'm saying?
Marketer.
Everything. Yeah, I can set up I can break down a whole amp rack and put it all back together myself. You know, it's like I can troubleshoot speakers, blown speakers. I mean, I didn't change speakers in the middle of the club. You know what I'm saying? Troubleshoot it like, man, I remember we blew woofers and had to get the duct tape to seal the hole up in the middle of the club and all of that breakdowns, man. And, you know, so I go further than just my turntables. You know, like a lot of DJs don't go past their turntables, but I can go all the way in, hook up mics, do a whole concert myself. I can mic up live bands and everything. So he taught me the whole game, the business. But the way I got into the way I got in, also, he had a squad called the Foot Clan. And there was other DJs involved in that too. Shout out to K-Ski. Shout out to Smitty. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Bouncer. You know what I mean? All of us came up as a crew. And basically, I just built my name up. Like, I took the steps. I learned how to move the equipment. First, I used to just bring the equipment in. Then I was like, yo, teach me how to hook it up. So he taught me how to run all these wires to plug up the speakers and everything. Then after that, I was like, yo, I want to learn how to rock the mic. So then I started MCing while he was DJing. Then it was like 2003 hit. I'm like, yo, I want to learn how to DJ. You know what I'm saying? I want to actually get my hands on the wax. And that's when I was in the room, locked myself in the room, learned the basics, worked with the same 2 records for hours, learn how to play the same record, start over, go to the next, go from that one to this one, blend the same song back and forth for hours, for weeks, for months, and then slowly to down to where I can do everything else. Like, yeah, it's just natural. Like, it's nothing I can put together. Like, people always trip about that.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Wow, that's crazy. That's impeccable. Like, it's first off, small world.
For
somebody that you just walk past could end up like
just changing
everything,
like, life changing.
Like, you know, of course, you gotta give yourself credit because you did stick it out. You rode through it. You didn't cower and run from any challenge. You not only faced them, but used them as opportunities to elevate yourself. Right. And then, which brings me to another topic that we're about to talk about soon in an interview. Mm-hmm. The things that you have been able to do are like, my hat off to you.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
You know, and we know each other as well as we do.
Right.
There's still stuff we can always learn about each other, you know?
Exactly.
And this platform not only gives me the opportunity to dive into these topics,
right?
It gives us the opportunity to let the world know some of these things. Because there might be somebody who's young and impressionable in the wrong environment, just trying to find a way out, and people like yourself are great people to seek advice on stuff, whether it be music related or logistics or insert I need help.
Right.
You're chock full of knowledge. I can tell you have a genuine spirit and you're an honest man. You're obviously talented. The kids these days, like I say, they have they first started to say they have motion. Is that the term they're using?
Right now, yeah. You got motion.
They say they got motion.
Right.
Keep with the motion, because there's nothing but good things that's gonna come of it. Stay with that. Stay with that. I love it.
Appreciate it.
I love it. Let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
I got a couple more questions for you before we have a little fun.
All right.
Break some of the tension. The more time you spend with me, the quicker you'll realize that I have a pouring energy. I pour into my people.
Right.
And throughout the interview, I might randomly stop to just give you flowers, sort of like I'm doing here. I would say based on my interactions with you, virtually and through networking digitally, I can tell you have a nice spirit, and I can tell you keep good company, and you're about something without having to hesitate, have no reason to think otherwise. One, two. What the kids were saying? The motion?
Yeah, man.
You definitely have that, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
you found
appreciate
your
that.
purpose. You found your purpose and you're walking in it.
Word, man. I appreciate it.
It's inspiring. It's extremely inspiring. Extremely. In this moment, if you're comfortable, do you mind? I don't want to say tooting your own horn, but going through your mental trophy case of accomplishments or people you've collaborated with or things you've done. Go ahead and talk to the audience and let them know.
Well, basically, like I said, I came up in the squad called Foot Clan DJs. I'm gonna start from the beginning with it. Within that squad, I became the #1 requested DJ out the group. So that really was the thrive out of that. And I just built up, you know what I'm saying? And I came in the era of my market. Everybody was in their prime. Okay. Every DJ, we had so many DJs.
You have any names?
Yeah, man. You had, you know, we get the legend DJ Lonnie B.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? He in his prime up in the Richmond area. You had DJ Mark. You had the big time producer and DJ. We had DJ DNS. Like I said, my own mentor, DJ Foot. He owns the whole Tri-City, the south of the market. Then you go down further south, you had King Tut in the whole 434 area code. He ran that. You couldn't even. There was no DJ. Like I always tell people, like, man, when it came to Tut, man, every party was dead. Because everybody in that 434 area code goes to wherever King Tut was DJing. Literally, you know what I'm saying? My management can even co-sign that. Like, she lived that era, you know what I mean? And basically, like, you had the whole, you know, radio was booming. I mean, and here I am coming in. And then you got to think about all these DJs, they started like in high school.
Right.
You know, some of them had college. Yeah. You know, you got Mike Street, you know what I'm saying? As well, you know, DJ Sir RJ in the market, and then you get the national artists out there. You got Funk Flex, which was one of my favorite DJs of all time. Kid Capri doing this thing, DJ Clues. You had, you know what I'm saying, DJ Holidays. You had all these DJs going on. Here I am coming in 2003. Like everybody got mad years on me, so I'm just like, okay. But I always what made me different is I never followed the trend.
What you mean?
Meaning that, like, okay, like in school, everybody wore Jordans. I stopped wearing Jordans in, I'm gonna say, 96. 96 was the last pair of Jordans I bought.
Really?
Yeah, I never wore Jordans again. First of all, I'm a Pistons fan, Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it was on my feet, you know what I'm saying? I wear Grand Hills, you know what I'm saying? So, but, like I always looked at what was different. I always try to find a lane that's not overcrowded. But I built my name up. I mean, I rub feathers because I was like, okay, don't nobody cause controversy. So I'm gonna start calling controversy. Man, I'm the hardest working DJ out here. I need to be on radio. I need to do this. Y'all playing the same thing, whatever. It got to the point me and Lonnie bumped heads. Like we weren't even seeing eye to eye for years. It took, I'm talking about years, possibly about a good 10. Me and Lonnie was kind of like, we don't say we dealt with it because of the business, but we always had an animosity towards each other. But to the point where, like, Lonnie also does, he does music. So to the point where he wanted to battle rap me. I'm like, bro, I'm not a rapper. I'm just a DJ. But as it coming up, man, I mean,
it's so beautiful, man.
Yeah,
I
love
people
it.
you look at as your competition. Y'all are all inspirations to me.
Yeah, man, I'm coming for your throat. So it's like, and then what made me go hard was, I'll never forget. I asked Mike Street. I was like, yo, bro, what I got to do to get on the radio, man? I want to get on there. I want to mix. I want to be one of the mixers on the radio. And he looked at me and was like, yo, bro, man, well, we ain't got no funds in the budget right now to bring on another mixer. I said, man, Bump, I don't need to get paid. I just need the platform.
That's that hunger, man. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Determination right there.
And I just feel like, because he gave me a look. He probably don't know about it, but he gave me a look in my eye like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
He's serious.
Like, then, yeah, he gave me that look like, whoa. And then he was like, you know, basically the typical saying, man, I'm going to get back with you on it, man. I'm going to let you know something. Never heard nothing to this day. That was like, this is like 06, 07 when I asked him that. To this day, never got on radio. The crowd asking him why, like, end of the night, man, why don't y'all put Sleep on the radio, man? Never got the opportunity. Never.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come.
I did a lot of internet radio.
Tenfold.
Yeah, but like just mainstream, that FM radio never got there. But it was cool because I was the street radio. I was DJing so much in the streets. So then just as I grew, man, I just got to the point, like I was a DJ that, like I said, I never followed the trend. So if you got a club jumping over here, every club I DJ in, let's just go like this. Every club I DJ in, I started from the bottom.
Okay.
Empty, 0 people. And we built it to capacity.
That's
We had the #1 club on Friday nights, NCO Club. Saturday nights, we was at Highlights. Everywhere I go, like I reestablished Sunday nights. Because Mark had Sundays at one time. DJ Mark, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? He was at the Boss 534. For those in the Richmond area, you know what I'm saying? Richmond, Virginia area. But I resurrected with at the Canal Club Sundays.
Beautiful.
I was a DJ. It was me. Roy Green was the promoter at the time, and they had grabbed me out of the NCO. It was like, yo, bro, what's up, man? What you gonna get you to DJ on Sundays? So, and I was like, okay. Talked to her. I went up there. We had a meeting. I went up there on a Sunday. They had 0 people. It was just staff in there all night. So I was like, okay, like this is what I'm gonna do to get my foot in the door. Bruh, you give me gas money and we're gonna build this up and then we'll raise the feelings up from there. Because as a DJ, I need you in business as well. You the promoter.
That part.
I need you in business. So if I'm taking everything from you and you're not gaining nothing, you're end up going out of business, and guess what? I end up losing business because I can't be in that venue no more. So we started off like that. Like I was in there DJing for gas money. And we went, just a long story short, man, we went from 0 people to capacity. And the venue holds, I believe it was like 1,100 people on a Sunday night.
Not easy to do.
Yeah.
In any market.
Any market. And so then here comes the snakes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they're there all
Oh man,
there.
they finessed me about the building. You know what I mean? And worked their way in. So me, like I said, I'm just determined. So I was like, okay. I end up starting. One thing we didn't have in the market is DJs wasn't throwing their own events. They always had a promoter or a club owner involved. So I feel like I resurrected that in our market. So to get back at the people, you know, the snakes and stuff going on at the Canal Club, I threw my own show. I booked Jim Jones, Joel Santana, Freaky Zeke. I booked I booked everybody out of my own pocket from Dipset, besides Cameron. Cameron kind of like took the budget over, but everybody ended up coming. Dipset ended up pulling up like 30 deep. You know, J.R. Ryder and the rest of the gang. You know what I'm saying? All of them was pulled up, and then I'm strategizing. I'm like, okay, and I did it on a Sunday on purpose, just to show them like, yo, this is my night. I own this night, and like I said, we had another club called Have a Nice Day, which is right around the corner.
Man, DJ Have a Nice Day. Someone got a DJ out here.
Word. So you already know the location between Have a Nice Day.
I wasn't even legal the first time I DJ'd there.
Oh man, it sounded like my boy. Rest in peace to Kashif. Yeah, Kashif was young buck in the club DJing as well. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. See, y'all started way younger than me as a DJ.
But similar time though.
Similar time frame, but age way. I was 23 when I started.
That means you had a way better world perspective than us. Like we would both get booked next door to each other. We play the same song at the same time. But our brains is processing. This is I'm 9 years old. I'm 9 years old trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You know a plethora. You have an encyclopedia of music at the same time. I'm just starting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out what in the world Motown is. You know what I'm saying?
You had that now moment. Like I know now, but. Yeah, man, I'm sure played it all. But so we so I set the show up so that everybody you gotta drive past Have a Nice Day to go to Canal.
To go anywhere.
You know what I'm saying, down in that area. So they trying to figure out why nobody's coming to the Canal. I got the concert going on. Like I said, I got Dipset in, they prime. Jim Jones got We Ballin', you know what I'm saying? Wells, he still, the ladies still love him, you know what I mean? Freaky. Matter of fact, Jim.
You got prime Dipset.
Like Jim Jones. This was the first season of Love and Hip Hop, period. Because Love and Hip Hop started in New York. The very first season of Love and Hip Hop, New York. The very first season of Love and Hip Hop, period, is when I booked them. So it's already, they trending, you know what I'm saying, off of that. So, and man, one of the guys from the Canal Club calls me, he was like, yo, congratulations. I'm like, congratulations on what? He said, man, you did it. I was like, what you talking about? Man, we was empty in here. We probably had, we lucky we had 100 people. I was like, a word? Oh, man, shoot, man, we did like 900 to 1,000, probably like 1,100 people, you know what I'm saying? I had my partner from 757, DJ Joe Pro, you know, Strip Club King. Yeah. So I turned the Canal Club, not the Canal Club, I turned Have a Nice Day, the top floor, to a strip club.
Oh, that was you that triggered that?
Yeah, I turned that black stage they got up against the wall on the third floor. I started the strip club up there at Joe Pro. He brought his girls up there. They up there on the third floor. That's VIP. Then I got the whole main floor and the mezzanine. You know, it's regular VIP and the concert. So they said, man, we was packed to capacity. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, I ended up going to the Q Club. Like I said, I own Sundays. I built Q Club from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to two kings. You know, Bruce and Jamar. You know what I'm saying? They brought me in. We took over from the wave from there, came to the Q. So there's like, man, I ended up linking up with a fellow, man. Like I work with a lot of the local artists in the market, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can say, one thing I can say is every local artist, when they got with me, I took them to another level. You know what I'm saying? Off top, like I worked with Doe the Paperboy. Nice. The first and only independent artist to sell out the National with no headliner. That's how hard we work. 1,500 people in the venue, and we're the headliner. No mainstream artists. We had our team, and we had other talents that opened up for us, and we closed the deal. We joined a venture with we had a rock band as well that was part of it. So it was crazy. It was crazy. The name of the band was Against Grace because they had collab on some music. So it was like a collaboration with them as well, and we sold out the National. Then I linked up with management with Penelope J13 Productions. You know, she wanted to learn the game. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of like we met through my little brother. I call him my little brother, but you know what I'm saying? Fresh Porter. You know what I'm saying? He linked us together. You know, he was working with her already, and then he was working with me. But when they linked up taking care of business, I was never around. And it wasn't nothing crazy about it. Just wasn't no need for me to be there. You know what I'm saying? You know, corporate, you're like, okay, you don't need the workers at the corporate meetings. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Yeah, so that's how that was. So, you know, and we, you know what I'm saying, we just linked up from there. And it's been... Like, we've been going ever since to this day, you know what I'm saying? And basically with that, we ended up linking up with Quality Control. We got with Quality Control, that's rocking with Too Official. That's who we linked up. He started this thing called QC DJs. And I just saw it, And I saw it on, and I basically found it through social media and hit him up, and that's how I ended up getting tagged in. Started working with Quality Control. You know, shout out to Coach K, shout out to P. You know what I mean? We did a lot of work, but at the time, this when they was literally just started moving Migos. Like we was there from the jump. We was on the street teams, promo, you know, marketing for them in the Eastern market, basically like the VA market and everything. Basically like, but it was a young one that they weren't really rocking with at the time that came across the table. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother, man. Like it hurts to this day, but rest in peace to him, man. Young Greatness. He had a song out, man. This was before Moolah even came out. He had a song called Yeah, featuring Quavo on it. I was like, yo, this is the one right here. I got the team together. I'm like, yo, we pushing this. I don't care what they talking about, whatever. We running this in the mud, man. We ran, I'm talking about we ran it. This was when I started getting to this. I just knew the concept of how to break a record. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to all my DJs using the relationships like, yo, bro, play this. This is the one right here. They doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like in their face from the 804 to the 757 all the way up to DC. I'm like, we working this. Like, yo, this dude fire. And then they end up coming out with the song Moolah. It was crazy that when that came about, you know what I'm saying, I had got locked up. You know what I mean? And small stuff, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, it was like, yo. And I was just hearing that, you know, come about. And I was just proud of I talked to him on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Being great, you know, I'm talking to him on the phone all the time, you know, as they doing the work. And I was you know what I'm saying? I was just proud that, you know what I'm saying, the respect. He was like, yo, bro, it's on when you come home. Come home, we still got our relationship. But then there was another kid sitting on the couch, fire. And I was just like, yo, y'all not pushing him? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I ain't bumped that. Started working Rich the Kid. I'm like, man, y'all bringing all these other records, they dope, whatever, but we started pushing Rich, we get Rich. Next you know what I'm saying, Rich get turned up. It's like every time I turn somebody up, I end up getting clipped, you know what I'm saying, boom. So I ended up, I was fighting the case already anyway, you know what I'm saying. Prior to all of this anyway, I was fighting the case, and then, Rich get turned. I hear the what's that? What was it called? It was I Don't Some. I can't even remember the first record's first single, but it's on the radio heavy. You know what I'm saying? But when I was down, I'm still calling shots from behind the wall, but Penelope is executing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like she's moving, she's getting everybody in place. She's talking to me, bumps in the road. I'm talking to guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm checking them over the phone or whatever. And that's how that went about, you know what I'm saying? And now you see where he is, you know what I'm saying? He's an international artist now. So, and then when I came home, like I said, the whole time on my bed, he talking to me like, yo, bro, showing love. Big bro, man, when can you get home? This, that, and the third, whatever. I'm like, that. Come home, Rich scooped me right up. We go on tour, you know what I'm saying? And we did like 33 cities. We did like a 33 city tour, you know what I'm saying? From Florida all the way to Cali. You know what I'm saying? I've been to places like I'm doing shows in Idaho, Iowa, Wyoming, you know what I'm saying? Boston, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting all these markets all the way around. So basically, like, man, there's nothing that like I can't, you know what I'm saying? Basically, that ain't got involved with hands-on, you know what I'm saying? Promoters in the game now that's large, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lack Entertainment. Started off here. Like, it was him and Nyrell when they first started, you know what I'm saying, doing the party scene. And I booked their first artist for them. I was teaching them how to, book artists and everything as of they was building up. And the first artist, I was like, look, man, I got a relationship, man. I can get Michael Montana. And this one, he had Do It. It's like the song, the mandatory record at the time. Word. I said, yeah, even to make it make sense for you, man, I got a relationship with him. Man, I can get him to do both floors. So you book him for one show, but he'll perform twice. Man, you can't make it happen. Shoot. Made that phone call. Mike said, yo, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So he came through, because what we did, we ended up having like 18 up on the third floor. We was in, the club was Paradise at the time. No, it was Complex 112 at the time. So the third floor, we made that 18 and up. And then the main floor was 21 and up. So he went upstairs, performed up there, then came downstairs and performed. And then it was just like, I was just building relationships with a lot of artists in the industry, man, and making things happen. Like I said, Dipset tried to sign me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Freaky what,
you
know what I'm saying? But at the time, I'm so turned. I'm looking at it up now, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, man, I ain't taking no deals right now, but you still got that relationship. Like, I still talk to Freaky to this day. Freaky Zeke, she went up, you know what I mean? Shout out to my dog, Ray Capone, you know what I'm saying? The whole Dipset family, you know what I mean? We still linked in. But I was just moving. I bring the road, like, you know what I'm saying? D-O-double-R, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, ice cream paint job, walk that walk, you know what I mean? Yeah. We held strong, we still chop it up to this day. He's still out there working out in Dallas. Wow. But then I'm working with Chris. Chris is, at the time, still is, T.I.'s manager. Nice. And, but it was something about Chris that I never really got interested into Tip. But I was always like, yo, Chris, I was picking his brain. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a lot of knowledge to this game. He really did. You know what I mean? Then, like, basically, in the city-wise, I threw the biggest party ever in the city as for my birthday bash. Because basically, I ended up, I can't remember which birthday it was, but what I did was I ended up booking, I was like the first one to have multiple celebrities on one ticket. Okay. Everybody, they might throw their party, but they'll throw like that one, you know what I'm saying? It might be a big name, you know what I'm saying? But they had that one artist on there. So I ended up booking, of course, I brought my Dipset family. You know, I got them to come out. Then I got Big Country King to come out. Then I got VIC, Vic to come out. This was when he had the Wobble. The Wobble was just like, everybody was rocking. And then I booked DJ Holiday. So all this is one ticket, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, how in the world you get everybody on one ticket like that? Like, man, you gon' nah, bro, I'm rocking. It's my birthday. We turned up next, what's Michael's, Forever Michaels, he got the shades, he got glass. He's at my party, you know what I'm saying? All the big names in the city's at my party. All the artists that's buzzing, Ray Rum, you know what I'm saying? He's on the move. He basically just got his deal with DJ Khaled at the time. All of them at the party turned up, you know what I mean? So then it's just, we built that relationship with all of them. Like, and the thing is, I established relationships. And then it goes to CMG. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Yo Gotti. I've been rocking with Yo Gotti since before the whips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a picture of me and Gotti took together. He got a Bar Marty t-shirt on, and like the Def Jam Vendetta charm, and like the similar to the Yo and TV Raps logo, charm on. That was it. Like regular t-shirt, no designer, none of that. Like, that's how long we've been rocking. And then I built a strong relationship with Zay Zilla. You know what I'm saying? I brought him to the city. Like, we still chop it up to this day. We done did crazy parties. I then rock with, then after that, Snooty Wild as well. And then, moving on to, we got with a company called AMS down in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I got with them, which I ended up moving around, doing tours, doing shows. Next, I'm in Florida. What was not Fort Lauderdale. It was oh man.
Escapes
Cut
me.
real quick.
In the moment it escapes
What?
me.
Fort Wayne. Not Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne, Florida. Yeah. Fort Wayne over there by Pensacola.
That's what it was.
Fort Wayne. Okay. Fort Wayne, Florida.
XX movie or something.
Something like that. Okay. But yeah, so then we end up over there by Pensacola. I believe it's Fort Wayne, Florida. End up doing a show with Moneybag. And then, like I said, with Young Scooter. And all these cats, like a lot of them, we stay in contact and everything, man. Like I just been grinding to the point now with, you know what I'm saying, I'm official DJ for Rap A Lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, which was solidified when we went to Chicago. And they booked me to DJ event, and they dropped the whole logo behind me to make it official, like official DJ for Rap A Lot Midwest, DJ Sleep Easy. So I got the whole logo behind me. So then from there, and we can get more into that in a minute, but then from there it's just, you know, I went to linking up with Junior, J Prince Jr. They came to the city, and you see us vibing together and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I got a relationship with Big Boogie, you know what I mean? My dog, just to name a few of the current artists that's turning up out here. But I did a lot, you know what I'm saying? And just to go back a little bit as a DJ, a lot of the DJs back there, they give me that props, you know what I'm saying? But I was doing the beat pad before the beat pad was ever existed. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, when I started DJing, I came in the era of when the CDs was just taking over digital. It was just starting going digital. And I started off, working on the 12. I had a heavy hand, so I used to break the needle a lot. Mm-hmm. So then, Foot bought me this little coffin, probably about the size of a backgammon game. It was like a little suitcase. And I had 2 CDJs in there, 2 Gemini 10s, and American DJ, 2-channel American DJ mixer. Only thing you could do on these is push play and pause. And the Q button, it had a play pause button, it had a Q button. That was it. It had a jaw wheel, but it was just to slow it down or speed up the CD. That's it.
Decoration.
Yeah. That's all it was. And make it so bad, these was flip top, so the CD go up on the top end. Yeah. So one day I just hit the Q button, and I just heard a noise go, jump. Like, jump. And I'm moving the fader, jump. So then I was like, okay, I got to the point of, I was like, 'cause, you know, I'm trying to sound like everybody else. So I hit the Q button, and it sounded like making it scratch.
Man, this has been an experience of many magnitudes. Just sitting here talking about not only the future, not only the past, but the now, and how certain things can transpire and become something else, essentially. You went from talking about the beginning stages and different things that, if I was in those positions, I don't know if I would have handled it as well as you did, or learned as much as you did, or was able to be so motivated to just keep excelling. It's very inspiring. It's very inspiring.
I appreciate that. Appreciate it.
No problem at all. No problem at all. We're gonna switch gears a little bit and play games. Okay. A couple games. We'll start with something a little easy. Our viewers are familiar with.
Okay.
I want to start off with Rushmore. Rushmore, simply put, I'm gonna give you a topic, and you just give me a top 4. It don't have to be any particular order.
Okay.
It's just whose faces are on there, or what company, or whatever the subject is, what's gonna be on there. Because it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, we'll start there.
Okay.
Because you're a DJ.
Okay.
We'll start there. Who are your top 4 DJs of all time?
Top 4 DJs of all time.
One more rule. We're not allowed to add ourselves in any of these lists. Let's start there. So I need to start there. Because that's the first one's going to come
Right, facts.
We're not allowed to say ourselves.
Right, man. Top 4 DJs of all time for me.
Personal opinion.
Man, my top 4 will always be Funk Flex.
Fair.
Kid Capri.
Fair.
DJ Drama from Hawaii. Not Drama from Atlanta. DJ Drama from Hawaii.
Who's getting that fourth slot?
Oh man, you already know my mentor, man. Cool DJ Foot, man. That's who brought me in the game, man. It's always gonna be. But those are definitely my top 4. You know, Flex just taught me that you can outbrand from the turntables. You could build your brand besides just as a DJ. You know, when he got in with the Ford, with the cars and all of that. So yeah, that was basically, but Foot and Drama are the main 2 DJs that taught me the game.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my top 4.
Fair. I want to ask top 4 rappers of all time, of course, because you know it's gonna come.
Right.
But before we do that, let's throw a little wrench in there and just do people might not know, like not mainstream artists per se. Maybe people on the come up or people who've had a nice run, that you respect for whatever reason, the music or not the music, outside of the mainstream top 4. That one is next.
Okay.
Who is your personal people you may have came across?
People, alright. So basically, in that name,
Even
people
if
that I
you
listen
never
to, these top 4, I listen to their music like all day, every day.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And they're not necessarily signed to the majors and put me on.
Man, so I mean, basically, he was signed. You know what I'm saying? Once again, rest in peace to my brother, man. Young greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Very talented.
You know what I'm saying? I still this to my brother, man. Fresh Porter. You know what I'm saying? He not one that he's mainstream, but I rock with him hard. You know what I'm saying? They know he gets played in my whip all the time, man. 2K baby. You know what I'm saying? Definitely rock with Youngin. And then there's was that 3 right there? So that 4th slot.
Before you say the 4th slot, let's refresh the memory on the 3. We got
Okay.
Fresh Porter, Young Greatness,
And 2K baby.
2K Baby.
Like they in rotation. And then the next one would be, well, he's major. Man, they need a friend, but it's Lucci, man. YFN Lucci, man.
Okay.
He mainstream, but Lucci, like, dog. One reason, man, Lucci got me through my bed. You know what I'm saying? Wish Me Well 2 got me through my bed. Like, I listen to that all day. Like, Wish Me Well 2, and I try to tell him
I got a brother I want you
about Young Greatness, man.
I got a brother I want you to meet.
Okay.
I can't say that's a paraphrase, but I feel like he directly quoted the same thing you just said.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
About Lucci, like for real, same project. So it's kind of
right. Yeah, that Wish Me Well 2 is crazy. That's a classic. That's a classic. So yeah, my underground, probably not internationally, the more nationally known artists. That's my top 4 right
Those
there.
are huge artists to me. I'm a fan of all of them.
Right.
I haven't DJ'd a set, especially in the DMV.
Right.
Where all of them, every last one of them have been requested.
Right.
I mean, several times.
That's crazy. That's
All
what's
of
up.
them. All of them. Go ahead and give me your mainstream, man. Go ahead and
Mainstream.
your own criteria.
Yeah, man. I already know, man. I'm a Biggie fan. It's always big. You
That's
know
how you
what I'm
started
saying?
off. That's how you started off.
Man,
That's
I'm
how
gonna
you
get straight
started
to the
off.
point.
The pressure has just been applied. Let's
Biggie.
see. Ooh, I'm scared to see what he's
You
up
know what I'm
to now.
saying? It's crazy, but I rock with my dog, man. Is the Jizza from Wu-Tang.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then I could put them as a whole, as a group, but if it had to be an individual artist, you know what I'm saying? I was a Jizza fan. I was a Jeans.
Okay.
The Jeans was definitely my dog, man. Then you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is what I listen to all the time. You know what I mean? I was always, rest in peace to Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And nationally known, dude changed the game for real, man. And it's really like a tough top 4. You know what I'm saying? They coming to me, but those definitely my 2. You know what I'm saying? But Future. Future's another one, man. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Those people, and I'm naming the top 4 as who I listen to as well, not just had him over. Like I still rock Big. You know, Big is played all year round. You know, he got number classics and everything. So yeah, man, that's my top 4.
Beautiful, man. Okay. Before we switch off of hip hop, let's do one for hip hop that might be a little different for the viewer. It's a question related to songs. Okay,
Right.
give me 4 hip hop songs that, in most, maybe not all scenarios, but most scenarios, you can get away with playing with. In general, from a hip hop standpoint, it could be old school, new school.
Alright.
4
So
tracks
cool,
you know
man.
for a fact you could play.
One, I should have put it in the top 4, but shoot, man. Rest in peace to the dog, man. DMX.
Oh, real, man.
You can play DMX in all clubs, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? X get played, like.
Pick a song.
Yeah, pick a song, man. I'm not gonna even, you know what I'm saying? DMX,
That's a
you
great
gotta
start.
drop him. You know what I'm saying? Then I say the modern day Tupac,
Okay.
Young Boy.
Okay.
NBA Young Boy, you can't take away from, man. The man got it. Then there's, you know what I'm saying, who they've definitely got a wave going is Lil Baby.
Okay.
Lil Baby's crazy. Like you can't go a night without playing Lil Baby. Like a Lil Baby record is gonna get played. You know what I'm saying? Young Boy, you gotta play him. You know, you would not get away with it. Like it's almost impossible. I remember as a DJ, not to get too much deep into it, but I used to try to set up like what artists I can't play. You know what I'm saying? Try not to play them tonight, but just hard not to get away with those. And another artist would be crazy right now. I mean, he got some things going with him, but right now in the hip hop world, it's Finesse.
Okay.
2 times.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
And I'm a trap DJ, man. I've been in the streets, I'm in the hood, but they rocking them everywhere, man. I witnessed it myself, man. Like he got all demographics.
Yeah, definitely. No question for real. Okay, I said I was about to leave hip hop. One more, just out of curiosity. Hip hop moguls. You don't have to be artists. It can be, but people who have benefited from the culture, besides just the laps of luxury and stuff, all that fun stuff,
Right.
but just like accomplishments as moguls in the industry, in the field of music, more so hip hop. Are there any CEOs or any executives that stand out to you like, yeah, that's the Rushmore to me?
I mean, basically, first you got to give it a hold. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, that hold, don't touch, don't move. You know what I mean? I mean, just me watching them. Like I watch these guys come up. You know what I'm saying? You know, things have changed now, but I give my hats off to Coach K and P from Quality Control. Like they still got like.
It could be one.
I put them as one for Quality Control, man, as CEOs.
Very intelligent, man.
And then I give my hats off to Yo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? I watched that whole movement, you know what I'm saying? Being a part of that movement as well. And everybody on this campus eating, like everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't name a CMG artist that's not out there moving right now. And then so another, I'm trying to see. I mean, cause see, like a lot of them, you know, just from being out there, but I'm seeing more as witnessing with my own eyes. Like I said before, I mean, I give my hats off to just for the longevity alone is Funkmaster Flex.
Hey.
Still burning down High 97.
Still breaking.
They still mad about them bombs. He's still dropping bombs to this day. And he's like the only DJ that had a car deal. You know what I'm saying? The Flex truck that's Funkmaster Flex, the Ford Flex. Like, so you know what I mean? So him having a car deal, rocking with that, and still like the king of radio and everything, it's still relevant to this day for those many years. For like what? Flex probably like 30, going on 30 years now for Flex. Right. Being in that, so yeah, man, I get them as my top 4 right now.
Okay. True. Beautiful, beautiful. I think you ran through the first game pretty easily.
Right.
It's not the most difficult game in the world, but it does get your brain.
Great, yeah, because I'm like, dang, man, I need to put X back in my top 4 hip hop artists, like, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. But rest in peace to the dog, man. Rest in peace to the dog.
For real, man. Let's talk about current events a little bit. I'm gonna just ask you some general questions about some things going on culturally in modern time.
Right.
They might not be relevant to our professions. Just might be
Right.
just some general things. Just to see what we think about. I want to kick it off with a simple question. You could take it how you want to, how you want to address the question.
Okay.
As far as artificial intelligence, one, what's your perspective on it? And
Scary.
two, where do you see things going?
Scary.
It's scary.
I think artificial intelligence is scary, man.
Why?
I mean, it's just privacy. That's the part I'm trying to figure out. Like,
In what way?
I mean, basically, as in with the government. You know, like I don't like. I've been secretive just and make sure I'm on the same page. Like I don't use all those different little what they call it, where they changing the faces and stuff like that.
Deepfakes and stuff.
Yeah, like on the Snapchats and all that. I kind of,
Filters and stuff.
yeah, the filters, man. I'm nervous. So like with them in this whole all of them with the as in was also the artificial intelligence, that'd be like with the robots too.
Yeah.
That's like it's gonna like the main thing I say is scary is the fact that it's like you're gonna get more lazier. But you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I remember it was a movie where they had like the robots go to work and you stay at home and let them do everything, stuff like that. So that's just more about my privacy, right? That's what I'm afraid about it when it comes to that.
Yeah, I feel like my perspective briefly, people have an easier chance leveling the playing field when they have access to not only the same resources and knowledge, but they have the tools to skin that cat in a different way, but still get that same end result.
Right.
Where if I have the aspiration to be an artist, but
Right.
don't have the knowledge, there might be some corners I can cut and still get that hit record. Whether I use AI to generate the lyrics for me, or
Right.
use AI to take my voice and generate audio for me,
Right.
or use AI and a whole different software to make a beat for me.
Yeah.
It's just a number of things where it's like rapping on this concept. If you're in the music industry, you have no idea what you're doing, and your playing field is starting in 2023, it might be different than 2003.
Right, exactly.
Your goal set might be different than it was in 2003. And the AI it could be scary.
Yeah.
Because like for me, without going too deep into it, I have my own personal problems with AI because of my own physicality, and I can't handle certain AI for my own reasons.
Right.
Not necessarily that I have epileptic seizures, but similar concept where I can't look at certain images certain ways.
Right.
It's too much.
All the flashing and everything. Yeah. And then, like I said, that's what makes it so scary. Is like, they take your voice. I think they said something like Drake. He was singing another song or something.
Yeah.
That out there. Yeah. That was like I was like, whoa, like man, that's a little too much.
Yeah. Without getting too deep on it.
Right.
Prohibition era when you can have something like weed or alcohol that the government can't regulate. You have to step in and regulate.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
And plot on how to profit off of it.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's our process if we're all on the same playing field and somebody who's not in the majors stirred the pot by just dropping a song under the name Drake and The Weeknd.
Right.
And they generated the music completely by themselves, but it felt almost close enough to the real thing that it went viral. Like that.
Yeah.
Fast forward 10 years later, Lil Bill is making hundreds of songs a week without ever touching a microphone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shooting the video from typing in a prompt like a Google search.
Right.
And they made him an original piece of content.
That's crazy.
Copy paste that with a major where they sign an artist and make 100 pieces of intellectual property off the artist in the first week that they're signed. Let alone
Yeah, they had one like that. They had an artist, I forgot, they tried to sign.
You talking about the little animated one or no?
Yeah, like the animated one,
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
So now you gotta be mindful of the playing field and the chessboard where it's like they're pausing us because they know that we can do stuff with them, trying to take our focus off of us and think about them, what we can do for them. When we take that same technology and make ourselves do more than we can physically do.
Exactly.
And then listen to that and train ourselves to be able to do it.
Man, this man doing 50 shows a day, like.
No, for real.
Ain't never tired, just running the same program back or whatnot. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be scary, man. We're gonna see where it folds.
Sure. Let's get off AI for a second.
Right.
Shout out Allen Iverson, but
Facts, man. The answer.
No, for real. Let's talk about business for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Just in case somebody want to deal with you, let's go ahead and give them some warnings. Let's go ahead and talk about pet peeves.
Okay.
What are some business pet peeves? Not that you necessarily seen directly with you, or some you have seen, but what's some things that you just look for and don't look for in business?
Main thing, the don'ts. It's a time and place for everything.
Okay.
Just speaking on it as a DJ aspect. You know what I'm saying? Artists want to approach a DJ, you know what I'm saying, try to get him to play the record or whatever. There's a time and place for everything for that. You know, just because we're in the club and we're turning up in the middle of the club, that's not the right time to just walk up to the booth and have a 20-minute conversation on marketing and branding and getting your record played, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I mean? That's one pet peeve. And presentation is everything too, you know what I mean? Business is business, you know what I mean? Like, and that's one of the don'ts. But basically, just strive for what you want, you know what I'm saying? Never give up, you know what I'm saying? And always, really, like for me, what I did to help build my brand is I do, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grade myself, you know what I'm saying? I critique myself, you know what I mean? Like, yo, man. Yeah, I might have been over just like us, you know what I'm saying, conversating on possibly think, yo, man, did I come the right way? Did I, you know what I'm saying, respond correctly, body language, whatever. I critique on that. And that's with anything, you know what I'm saying? Always critique yourself in a matter of moving forward, because you can always work on certain things to close those deals, you know what I'm saying, or get a chance of those opportunities, take advantage of those opportunities.
That's accountability is a big thing with you. Like people who can like be able to handle themselves in public, obviously.
Right.
Have respect for themselves and the people around them, obviously.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Too easy. That's not about it. It's too easy. It makes sense. Back to this pet peeve of right place, right time. Because you know I DJ.
Right.
We all have our different processes, you know.
Right.
Where some people might have a middleman who you can talk to, so you don't have to interrupt the DJ in the middle of their set.
Right.
Question. DJs, do you feel as though they have the right to charge? And this is just your opinion.
Right.
Do you feel like they have the right to charge for two things? One, original music from an original artist trying to get their song played in the moment on the spot without any prior knowledge or preparation. And casual, let's say party goers, asking for a random request.
Right.
The question is it wrong to charge them? And if so, what's the difference between, price-wise, you don't have to put a real number on it.
Right.
What's the price-wise difference from shawty coming from the bar just saying, hey, I want to hear this song, compared to bro or shawty who've been putting bread down for this song to get sprayed and trying to spread it? Do you think that's something to charge for in the moment? If you do hypothetically play it in the moment,
right?
How do you handle that?
Basically, as of like requests, I mean, that's just you got your tip jar, you tip. To me, you tip, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it could be a good request, and it might get you even out of a phone. You know what I'm saying? You might get in that moment like, damn, okay, where I'm gonna go, and then this person like, hey, can you play? Can we hear some Afro beats? It ain't even gotta be a specific song. It can just be a genre of music. You know what I'm saying? So I never have a problem with requests. Like I even do that in the club. I let the crowd take over. And I'll be on the mic like, yo, I'm accepting requests right now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't feeling me when man, come up here and give me your request, and I'll drop them. Okay. Some people show, you know what I'm saying? Some people show love. Some people, you know what I'm saying, the tips and stuff. Some people don't. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm still getting paid because y'all had a good time, and it's still bringing, you know what I'm saying? I made my bread, and I'm going to make it again off of you because y'all going to come back.
Guaranteed.
So that's on that. As for an artist, I
Time
mean,
pass.
DJ has the time, has the right to charge because at that moment you're utilizing his platform.
Yeah. And he
You
came prepared with a set already. He ain't
Right.
prepared for your 3 minutes.
Exactly. You coming out the woodwork, like, bro, I've been working on this set. You know what I'm saying, putting this together. Timing is the essence.
My haymaker was about to come. You actually
Yeah, you coming at the peak moment, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and you charge according to your environment. Like, yeah, if you know, if you coming in early, you get that walk-in crowd. Like I call mine the get drunk session. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing for you to drink. I don't want you on the floor. I want you to be at the bar. I want you to mingle.
Talk.
And talk, yeah. Like, I need to feed the bar. You know what I'm saying? Tip my bartender. Tip my hookah girls, my waitresses. You know what I'm saying? And if you come in that's one price. But now if I got the party turned up and you want the crowd, you know.
It's 12:30.
Yeah, you want that peak time. It's like radio, bro. Like commercials. Like, bro, you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Commercial slots are different prices. The same way with DJing, you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Or you can sit back and set up that. It's a marketing gimmick. It's a marketing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Technique. Yeah, exactly. So some DJs even back then, they might say like, "Yo, man, we just you know what I'm saying? You probably did. Some records, you got a movement. Hey, it's gonna get played because once about it, the streets gonna ask for it. You know what I'm saying? But if they ain't asking for it, and then you know what I'm saying, you come with, hey, bro. But you might pay that first time, and you see that reaction. Now you ain't gotta pay no more because the DJ to put you in his rotation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're supportive enough.
Yeah, you gotta scratch for scratch.
Get paid to be here in a few weeks while you're playing the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, before we get to this next game, let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
As far as viewers watching this, especially in the entertainment field, do you have any advice for spreading the brand modern day?
Modern day, man. For all my artists out there, this game is they kind of lie to you a little bit because it's 10% work, as in the basic, 10% business. Because on the business aspect, once it's done, it's done. You know what I'm saying? You got all your contracts signed, everything delivered. But in order to have any business, it's 80% marketing. You know, so you can't. Nobody's gonna book you if they never heard of you. So, typical way, I still use the guerrilla marketing technique. You know what I'm saying? I'm still hand to hand. You know what I mean? You gotta establish relationships. There's no way around it. A lot of artists now feel like they can just, sit in the crib and just blow up from home. You're going viral, man. Let me do something to go viral. But man, that's one thing. And go out, establish relationships, shake hands, hugs. You know what I'm saying? Dap up, network with your DJs. You know what I'm saying? Build relationships, establish relationships with your promoters. You know what I mean? And man, basically, and just, man, pray and grind. That's it.
Nah, for real. All of the above. All of the above.
Right.
Nah, for real, man. Hey, let's do this one more game.
Okay.
I got one more game in us. It's called Either Or.
Okay.
Simply put, I'm gonna throw you two options. You can just pick one.
All right, bet.
I don't think you're allowed to say either. And I don't think you're allowed to say neither.
Okay, so you gotta pick one.
You gotta pick one.
All right.
More than the other. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it lighthearted and just see where it goes. I'm trying to stay away from music a little bit.
Okay.
Just to see some, you know what I'm saying, regular stuff, you know?
All right.
Either or. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's start with movies. Would you go funny or scary? More than likely.
Oh, it's gonna definitely be comedy over scary.
Nice. Nice. That's fire. I kind of want to ask you, what's one funny movie you like? Just one random funny movie.
Oh man, so many. I watch.
I should have put this in Rushmore.
Yeah. Well, man, it's a movie, but it's a comedy. But I grew up on, Eddie Murphy Delirious.
Man, classic. Say that.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy Delirious, man. It's a movie. It's considered a movie, but you know,
Legendary.
yeah.
Legendary. All right, home cooked meal or fast food?
You know it's gonna be home cooked. Home cooked first.
Okay.
Even though it's hard to get sometimes, but home cooked meal, I'll take that any day over fast food.
There you go. There you go. True. Let's see.
Shoot 'em.
Healthy or wealthy?
Oh, definitely health.
Facts. I felt that.
Yeah, definitely health.
I felt
There's a
that.
lot of rich folks out there, man. You can't take the money with you.
No, for real.
And you can't enjoy the money if you ain't healthy.
That's another fact. Chock full of facts. Okay. You got my gears going. I'm trying to think of anything about music. Just to just peek into your choice. Let's see. Food is so easy to go to.
Right, I know, right?
McDonald's a Burger King.
Right.
True.
Oh, man, my dog be hot at that one.
Virtual meeting or face to face?
Face to face.
Yeah.
I like face to face because body language speaks a lot.
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? Virtual. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got but this. You know they get you with that now. You know you see the women. It's your headshot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when y'all meet face to face, you. Oh man, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? And vice versa for the women too. You know what I mean?
Being yourself still turn out to be a catfish.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta understand. People tell me I'm a whole catfish until I'm gone.
Right.
It looks like it's not a real name, but it's on the idea. Okay. For real. Okay. Nova or Sova?
You said Nova or Sova?
Nova or Sova? Southern Virginia or Northern Virginia?
Oh, I'm Southern all day.
Okay, facts.
I'm raised in the Southern. Shout out to 703, but 804, man, / Central Southern, but you know, Southern. 434. I love y'all. I'm down there. Less traffic.
As an audience member, football or basketball?
Football is life. Life is football.
Yeah. I knew that.
I can break down scenarios and everything, put it in a football perspective.
True. Okay, I can see that. I can see that all day. Okay. Trying to find something fun. Let me see something challenging. Would you rather? Well, either or. Give $10 to every human on Earth over the age of 18, or you have $1 billion in your account.
Give everybody $10. Every 18 plus $10 or $1 billion in my account.
When you flip the switch, that happens.
Right.
In that moment.
Yeah, but I would say the $1 billion in my account.
I feel like I could give people more than $10 on Earth if I had $1 billion
in my account. Exactly. That $1 billion could be life changing. Exactly, that $1 billion could be life changing for multiple people.
Yeah, for the better and for worse. Because as soon as the rich people run out their $10, they still good.
They still good.
Other people's though, it might get real.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man. Would you rather your whole life be turned into a movie or a video game and sold for profit? Which one would you rather have?
I'm gonna say movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really say a movie. I'd rather my life be a movie over because it could be a classic that is just gonna go from generation to generation. As for a game, you gotta make another one. Then you gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying? But you can make that one movie. As you can see, we can name multitudes of those that's been to this day. Like we still watch Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. still watching Bad Boys. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, insert.
Or shit like me. You know what I'm saying? One of my classic series, but I still watch Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying? From again, then you got your Rockies. You know what I mean? Like, so I'd rather have a movie that can just go on forever.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Let me see. I probably got like 1 or 2 more fire ones in me. Let me see. We're doing this off the hip. We didn't come in with a full script.
Right.
We're going completely off the hip.
I like that.
Genuine conversation, trying to get to know each other and introduce ourselves to you guys so y'all can know us better. So when people speak on us, you heard from us first.
Exactly.
The raw, real, and true. Let's see. Either or. You could either have your dream car paid off with unlimited gas, or your dream home paid off rent free.
Ooh.
One or the other.
Dream car, unlimited gas paid off, or dream home rent free paid off. I know me, man. That dream car, man. It's the dream car.
For real?
It's the dream car.
For real?
Cause I'm a hustler, you know what I'm saying?
I got it. I kind of want to dive into this. Cause wait.
Yeah, I'm a hustler.
What car is better than your hypothetical dream home?
So, man, my dream car is crazy. It's not the biggest, most expensive one out there, but I've always been an Acura fan. I want an Acura NSX. Always. They just brought them back, like, you know, years back.
Yeah.
A couple years back. Like, I've always been an Acura NSX fan. That's always been my dream car. I've seen them and everything. Like, that's my dream car. And then it's like, okay, when all that's fit, your car, you still there.
With the house,
and you can get money. I mean, that now you can. It's like an even battlefield, but I'm like, because my dream, I don't really have a dream home because I'm not really too thrilled on. Like, my thing was, like, when it comes to the home, I don't want that. I've just never been big on having a wing over there that you ain't been over there in months. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get this theater, but you've been chilling in the bed, chilling, or you just been on the other side and you forgot all about this side. I was like, yeah, but my dream car.
You said lifestyle, you can quickly get an anxiety attack being around all that empty space.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, my dream car is definitely it.
That's beautiful, bro. That's so fire. I ain't gonna hold you. That's so fire. Cats or dogs?
I'm a dog. Pit bulls.
Nice. UFC or boxing?
Ooh, because I like both of them too. But you know what I'm saying, boxing will come first. You know, because I was raised off boxing.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying, through the Mike Tyson and Vander Holyfield era, George Foreman's. You know what I'm saying, De La Hoya's. Like UFC, I watch UFC, but I watch it more for the highlights.
Yeah, it's more like a social sport.
Yeah. So boxing would be the one for me. Boxing. Like I actually follow boxing more, not as much now as of back then, but UFC is like I watched it when it first like really came about, but it's not really. I can't really name as many fighters as I can name boxers.
Yeah.
And I even
kind of just want to go into another one because I don't know if you're going to be able to respond. WWE or WWF?
Wow, it would definitely be WWF, World Wrestling Federation.
We've never spoken on wrestling for the context, and I just randomly brought it up.
WWF, man, is the best era like of wrestling. You talking about Andre the Giant?
What's your Rushmore wrestlers?
My Rushmore wrestler is
tag teams count as one person.
Okay.
And groups count as one person as well.
I'm always Hulkamania.
Okay.
Then my favorite tag team was the Rockets. You know, it said Shawn Michaels, and it was about that. I was definitely a fan of them coming up, and then it was I'm trying to think of what's his name.
Take your time.
I can't believe I can't remember right now, but this is gonna be crazy. It's kind of weird though, but just because he came with a total different angle. Then I watched the story as well, though. But I was really caught up with the Undertaker.
As you should be.
Yeah, Undertaker really like. I love the wrestler like Stone Cold, all of them.
WrestleMania wins ever, right?
Yeah,
I don't know about wrestling. But
yeah. Undertaker. I was like, you always trying to figure him out, but then when I watched this documentary, it made it even crazier. But yeah, like the Undertaker, I was definitely. I had the tour. I had him, the coffin, and everything. So yeah.
Okay. I think we're good on either or for now.
Okay.
I would love to spin a block on that game and a lot of other games that I have for the next interview.
Oh, bet.
Because we only touched the surface.
Definitely.
As long as we've been going so far, we still have only touched the surface.
Facts.
Not only is there so much to talk about as far as what's to come, and there's so much more to talk about as far as right now.
Right.
We've only started the conversation.
Bet.
And I'm excited. One, I was nervous.
Oh, man.
I was, because I'm inspired by you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
I look up to you.
Don't worry. We're going to keep that in there, too.
No, bro. This is
you know what I'm saying? It's real. This is reality here. You know what I'm saying? This is reality.
Net the fluid here
That's
all
it.
year. That's crazy.
Right, but the weather changed.
right. Oh, man. But if you're comfortable, let's go ahead and let these people know, not only a fresh little refresher of who you are one more time. Let's also let them know where they can find you. Let them know if you got anything up and coming before I sign us off.
See, look, he's trying to get in the camera.
Yeah, he wants his time.
Yeah, he wants his camera.
Like,
he want to get his cameo.
I want to give him his time.
Yeah, exactly. But once again, man, it's your boy DJ Sleep Easy right here, the official DJ for Rap A Lot Midwest, man. TDP, trust the process, man. Y'all already know what it is, 2 up, 2 down. It's real simple, man. You can find me on all platforms, man. Just Google my name, which is DJ Sleep Easy, DJ SLEEPEZ. And I'm coming real soon, man. Y'all go check out my music, man. I'm go to whatever streaming platform. I got a new single about to drop, man. It's called Don't Want It. Feature myself, Low Semi, Rap A Lot Midwest official artist as well, Fresh Porter, and I got the Dallas legend, man, Fat Pimp, man, that drops June 9th, man. Y'all go check that out as well, man. Other than that, man, you catch me on the road, catch me at a show. I'll be at a venue soon near you. You know what I'm saying? Pull up, holler at me. That's it, man. We live in the trap. Y'all know the brand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a beautiful time. This is only the beginning.
Facts.
It's not even the beginning.
No.
We still in the mix at this point. We still in the mix.
What's up.
Man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Thank you so much for pulling up.
Oh, man.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Thank you for everything you do for the people around you in the community in general.
Facts.
You've made people be inspired to do better than they thought they could for themselves.
Yeah, man.
And
always.
they put that energy into other people. Don't let up what you do.
Oh, man, I appreciate it.
We're excited for you. I'm excited for you. Can't wait to see what comes next, and I cannot wait till you pull up next time so we can talk about what happened since this.
I'm worried. That's a fact, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you as well, man, for the opportunity. Right, that's definitely, man. Anytime, man. You just a call away.
Hey, on that note, let's go ahead and sign off, and let's go ahead and get ready for the next one. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to work.
Right.
Yes, sir. Signing out.